So this video is just to go with an article that I'm writing about how to do the infrared conversion so that you can work solely in Lightroom rather than round tripping to Photoshop. So there's not going to be any long-winded intro or anything. It's just going to be straight to the point. That's what this video is going to be. It's going to be me going and walking you through the steps to set this up. And that's all. So let's just get to it and get it over with. So first, you're going to start in Lightroom Classic. So first, you're going to select a raw infrared image. Don't do anything to it. Don't make any adjustments to it. Just leave it as is. You're going to want to be over in the library module, and you're going to come up here to the library drop-down menu and go down to convert to DNG. I already converted mine, so I'm not going to do it again. When you do that, though, you're going to leave all the default options, and you're just going to click OK. And once that's converted, you can go ahead and close Lightroom. So the next step is going to be using the DNG profile editor from Adobe. You can get this for free from Adobe's website. So once we're in the DNG profile editor, we're just going to come up here to File, Open DNG Image, and you're going to locate wherever you put your DNG image, and you're just going to open that image. So we're going to start in the Color Tables tab, and we're going to make sure that the base profile is set to Adobe Standard with your camera name. And then we're going to make sure the color table is set to 6500 Kelvin. And then we're going to go to the Color Matrices tab, and we're going to set the white balance calibration to -100. Then we're going to go to the options, and we're going to give the profile a name. So we can give it a name like temp -100 or whatever you feel like naming it. Then we are going to go over here and export. And then you're going to navigate to wherever your Adobe Camera Raw camera profiles are stored. This could change depending on where you have Adobe stuff installed, but it's usually under the C drive, users, your username, app data, roaming, Adobe, Camera Raw, camera profiles, and you're going to save it in there. And then repeat that for one that's -50 instead of -100. You don't have to do that. You can just do the -100. But for a little bit more flexibility, you can have both a -100 and a -50. So now the next step is to simulate the classic channel swap of red and blue in Photoshop and then export it as a lookup table. So now we're going to open a DNG infrared image in Photoshop. Just open it and come down here and add a channel mixer. And for the channel mixer, what we're going to do is we're going to set the red channel to 0% red, 100% blue. And then for the blue channel, we're going to set it to 100% red and 0% blue. And that essentially swaps the red and blue channel. And then we're going to come up here to File and then down to Export. And we're going to choose Color Lookup Tables and keep this all as it is here. You don't need the 3DL or the CSP or the ICC profile. You just need the cube. You can keep this at 32 grid points. Everything should really just be default. I think these are all 4 checked by default though, so just uncheck those and just check cube. You can give it a description and then save it to wherever you want to save your lookup tables to. That could really be anywhere. You can make a folder for just lookup tables and save it there. That's up to you. Name it whatever you want, and you're done with that. Now we're going to create an enhanced profile, basically combining the white balance profile and lookup table into a Lightroom enhanced profile. These will live in your Lightroom profile browser and can be applied just with a single click in Lightroom. Super easy once it's all set up. I know it's a little bit of a process to set it up. It's kind of annoying, but once it's set up and you don't got to do it again. So yeah. So now we're going to open the same DNG. So I'm going to close it really quick. We're going to open the same DNG in Camera Raw, and we're going to come up here and navigate to the profiles where we saved the profile, the temp -50 or temp -100. I'm going to choose the -100. And then we're going to open the presets panel here. And then while holding down Alt or Option on Mac, we're going to click the little icon here to create a preset, which will bring this dialog up. So, I mean, obviously you want to give it a name, whatever you want to name it. Then we're going to select a group for it. I put it in a new group called infrared. These will show up when you reopen Lightroom again. After, make sure Lightroom is closed, and then you'll open it again and these new groups will pop up. So I made a group for infrared profiles specifically. And you want to make sure that this is checked. This should be checked by default to include the camera profile called temp -100 or whatever you ended up naming your profile. Everything else here you can keep default. You don't need a look table. Your tone map strength should be low by default. But then we want to navigate to that color lookup table wherever you ended up putting it and select that channel swap of the red and blue. And you're just going to click open. And then for the color space, you want to make sure that ProPhoto RGB is selected. Everything else you can leave at default and then just click OK and save it. And then repeat it for the -50 if you decided to make that one. So now I'm back in Lightroom. And after doing all those steps, you should be able to navigate to a raw image from your infrared camera, come over here to the Develop tab, and over here to your profiles and browse profiles, and you should see your infrared or whatever. If you made a new group, you should see that pop up here. And I've created a bunch of different ones, but you should see wherever you created your 1 or 2 or however many you created, you should see them pop up in here, and you should be able to just one click and go. And that's pretty much all for the setup of that. You can keep messing with them and creating more profiles using that same kind of workflow, mess with things and see what you can get from there. And that's about it. So that'll be all for this video.